Okay, hello YouTube. Today I'm just going to play an anonymous game, and I'm going to be going over kind of what I'm thinking while I'm playing the game. So first off, I'm just playing my preparation. This is kind of what needs to be going through your head when you play a game. Just play your preparation, and then when you get on your own, calculate and assess. So far, this is all preparation. This is called the winnower variation of the French, and so far I haven't stepped outside of moves that I've already memorized in advance. So that's the main thing I'm doing right now, is I'm just replaying moves that I've already looked at, so I'm not really thinking about a whole lot other than just trying to remember what moves I've played previously in this position. So this is actually kind of a weird move. I don't see this very often, so already I'm just kind of on my own, so I'm just going to be developing pieces, just knight f3. I think this is the only move I've ever played against that move. And here I have to debate between bishop g5 and pawn to e5. Usually I like positions with bishop g5 a little bit more, but I seem to remember e5 being smarter in these kind of situations. And I'm really not sure which one is better, to be honest. So h4, I'm just gaining space on the king side. He's probably going to try to break apart my center at some point with c5. So bishop e7, if he's preparing to castle, I'm going to set up a trap. So bishop d3, if he castles, bishop h7 should be a winning attack. Like castles, bishop takes h7, king h7, etc. should be a winning attack. So he played c5. It's actually a really good move. So I'm going to play bishop f4 because I need to defend that pawn just in case he takes. Knight c6 is good. I like this move. I like his move. Should I just start attacking with knight g5? Just go crazy? I'm not sure that's correct, but maybe I'll do it. Queen d2 is another possibility. And so is takes. So I'm really not sure what to do here. Queen d2? Queen d2. Okay. And I'm just going to meet like cd with knight e2 and then knight takes d4, and it should be okay. And if he plays something else, I should still be okay. Like if he castles, maybe I just castle queenside. I don't think bishop h7, knight g5 works anymore because I don't have the queen flying into h5, which would have been useful. So now he's going to meet castles with takes. That's marginally annoying. Okay, so we're going to play a3 just so that I can castle queenside without my pawn hanging on a2. So like if I'd castled and he'd taken and I had to move my knight back, he would have had queen takes a2, so I'm going to play a3 to defend against that threat. So now if cd, I can bring my knight back to e2, and everything's fine. So I was preparing to castle queenside. I don't want to castle kingside. I'm pushing pawns over there, so that's kind of my thought process. Just coming up with a way to prep castles queenside. So I'm going to play my prepared move. If he takes, I'm keeping my king in the middle so I don't drop my pawn. And yeah, like that. Although he has bishop b4 here. Looks pretty good. Bishop b4 should be winning material. Like bishop b4, a b4, queen a1 is winning material. Maybe he will see that? He'll probably see that, right? He's seen a lot of stuff so far. So no, he missed it. Okay, so I'm going to castle. Yeah, I think bishop b4 would have been very, very good. I think I would have been significantly worse there. Like bishop b4, I don't think I have a good move. Like maybe I have to play c3 and just sacrifice a pawn and then castle kingside and then use the open files on the queen side. So a5, I'm not impressed with his position, so I'm just going to start gaining my own space. h5, h4 looks like a good plan. Okay, g4, we're going to play g5 to start cracking this open. If I can get in g5, g6, it'll really loosen things up over here positionally. I don't see a great active plan for him here. Maybe he should start like coming up with sacrifices of his own, like maybe knight b4. I certainly don't see an active plan that doesn't involve like maybe knight c5 or knight a4, something like that. Okay, so this is interesting because I have now this knight takes, right? He can go after this pawn though, of course. I don't know if he should, but he can. Okay, so takes, and he can play knight takes. It is playable. It's self-pinning too. But he's got this knight takes d3 check in between, so it's like interesting. Like if he self-pins, I probably have to spend a move to play king b1 to avoid the in-between check. He's eating up the clock, though. He's spending a lot of time. Knight c5 is reasonable. Still want to avoid the in-between check. Now it's like I got a lot of tempting ways to improve. I'm just going to go with the original, well... Knight b5 is an interesting way to improve. Knight f5, knight e6, g5, g6. Just rook he1 and then g5. Because if I play g5 and he takes, I want to take back with the bishop where this pawn isn't hanging. Oh, that's a weird move. I mean, among other things I can take it, but I like my g5, g6 plan better. If he takes, I'm taking, and I'm coming into g7, finally infiltrating. Yeah, we'll just start. Well, he just ran out of time. What is the analysis here? It's much, much better for white. Okay. It's kind of what I thought. So king e7, queen g5 is pretty much game. Okay. Now back here when he had bishop b4, like how dead was I? So a3, cd, knight back. Interestingly enough, the computer, so bishop b4, yeah, just c3 is what I had to do. I was worse, but it was not as bad as I thought. So dc3, bc3, bishop e7, and then castles kingside. That's what I thought. And then I get some counterplay on the open files. Okay, so I mean, that's how I thought through the game. I mean, clearly I didn't play the opening I didn't play it perfectly. I wonder what is better here. Is it e5 or... Yeah, e5 is considered best. Okay, that's what I thought. e5, knight f c7. h4 is okay. And now probably either knight g5 or knight e2. Yeah, bishop d3 was... Yeah, bishop d3 was a little bit too... I was just being too trappy. I was hoping for castles kingside. So like knight g5 or even knight e2, or h5 even, were all okay. But like I like knight e2. This is really straightforward. Knight e2 and then c3. Looks reasonable. But the computer likes knight g5. Actually, now that it reassesses, it's about the same. But yeah, maybe bishop d3 was a little ambitious. Like maybe knight e2 and then just meet c5 with c3, and you've got a really good position here. Okay, I like that. That's what I'm probably going to play next time I see this position or see this opening. You know, I don't usually face this kind of weirdness like on my level. I don't usually see c6 because you know obviously the assessment isn't very good for black. But yeah, I guess this is the way to go. You just play knight e2 and you play c3. Okay, good to know in the future. Okay, well anyways, I hope you found that video at least somewhat instructive. Thank you for watching.